Hello everyone, and welcome to Cosette Contemplates. I'm coming to you this time from the beautiful Istanbul, Turkey. I'm going to show you a view outside my window. Lovely, right? The view is amazing. It's such a great spot in Turkey, especially in Istanbul. It's one of the quieter areas in Istanbul. If you have ever been or have done much research on Istanbul, you probably know that it's fairly loud. So it's kind of loud here, so I brought earplugs with me. So there's a tip for people who are traveling. Always bring earplugs, because you just never know if you're going to have like loud neighbors in the hotels or lots of traffic and horns and all that kind of stuff. But I wanted to bring this video to you all with a tip for if you get sick while traveling abroad. Now, I have come down with a pretty nasty cold, not COVID, just a cold. And that's kind of throwing a wrench in the gears for my plans. Like, I love to explore, take pictures, but that's not going to happen today. I'm kind of forced to just chill and do some work in my room. So typically when I'm at home, I live in Chattanooga, Tennessee, in the United States. Typically when I'm at home, when I get a cold, I do 3 or 4 different things to help me speed through it more quickly and not like feel so bad while I'm sick. The first thing I do is I take 15,000 milligrams of, or I use, I'm not sure what it's called, but it's 15,000 something, of vitamin D3. I take 50 milligrams of zinc and 2,000 milligrams of vitamin C, and I will use a neti pot. The neti pot is amazing because when you rinse your sinuses, you're essentially destabilizing the place that viruses, cold viruses, love to thrive and multiply. So I'm supporting my immune system, as well as kind of making my nose an inhospitable environment for the cold virus. Now, I cannot use nasal spray. I don't know if it's a phobia, but I've never been able to, and that's just not an option for me. And I'm sure that neti pots are sold in Turkey, especially here in Istanbul, but I've not been able to find one. So I have really had to kind of put some thought into what to do to make a neti pot. So I don't know if I said, but like I said, I am staying at GLK Premier Home Suites and Spa, and there's a sign in the bathroom that says do not drink tap water. So everything that I do, if I'm going to ingest any of the water here, it has to be bottled water to stay safe. And just as a side note, no matter where you live in the world, no matter where you're traveling, never, ever, ever put tap water in a sinus irrigation system unless you have boiled it for at least a minute on high. Tap water that is safe to ingest into our stomach is not always safe to pass through our mucous membranes in our nose. And while it's rare, there are cases of people who have used neti pots with just plain tap water, and there was a bacteria in the water. Never made them sick at their stomach or anything, but it got into their brains and they died. They're no longer with us. So don't ever use plain tap water, ever, when you're using any kind of a neti pot or a sinus rinse system. So since the neti pot is the biggest tool that I use whenever I have a cold, being without it makes me feel super vulnerable when I'm sick. So I kind of put my thinking cap on, and I wanted to share with you this tip, and hopefully it will help you if you ever find yourself getting a cold while you're traveling abroad. So what I did, got a bottle of water. I poked a hole in the cap. Now, I also used hand sanitizer, and I disinfected the outside as well as the inside of the lid. And even though it is bottled water and it's safe, I still wanted to take one more extra precaution. There is an electric kettle in my room. I've already poured water in there, as you can see. And what I'm going to do is turn it on, which I've actually already done this, and I'm going to boil the bottled water for at least a minute. So that's what I do. I'm going to let it come to like a really nice, fast, rolling boil. See how quickly it comes to a boil? That's really great. So I'm going to let it boil. I'm going to turn this off because, like I said, I've already boiled it like twice. And then once it cools off to where I know it won't melt the plastic, I'm going to pour that water back into this bottle. And I don't have any salt packets like typically comes with the neti pot. It's like a saline solution. But you know, whether I have that or not, I know that I really need to rinse things so that way I can make sure that I recover quickly. So I hope that helps. Also, I wanted to share this with you. I am drinking this. I drink a lot of this when I travel. I get this from Walmart, and it doesn't have any sugar. And out of all the drink packets that I've found, it has the most ingredients with the highest amount of milligrams of the things that really matter, like zinc and vitamin D and vitamin C, echinacea. It has electrolytes. This stuff is really good. It tastes really good. It's good for fighting fatigue when you're traveling. It's good for staying hydrated. It's good for supporting your immune system. So I do have that going for me. And now I have rigged my own little neti pot that I'm going to use and hopefully kick this cold so I can get back out on the streets of Istanbul before I head back home to the United States. All right? So I hope this helps. If it helps, let me know that it helps. Feel free to share. Please subscribe. Please like. Do all this stuff for YouTube if you have found this helpful. Okay? I appreciate you guys, and I hope that wherever you're at, you're having a great day or a great night. All right? Bye.